Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, FigureMania show, and I am joined by my special guest, Beige. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, nothing much. Just living my best life with a bunch of
Awesome.
Gatorade. Mhm.
Very, very cool. All right, and the other boys are here. Okay, they're just backstage, so they will join us shortly after we conclude the interview section, and then we'll get into the juicy stuff. We have a lot of toy news to talk about today. Alrighty, so let's just acknowledge some people in the chat. So, Severio Vinci, what's going on? Yes, sir. Very cool. All right, so Billy, thank you for coming on the show. I've been watching you for a while, and I really like your content, your whole thing about, mythic legions and all that. That's all very cool and stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I work full time as like a security guard. I have where I try to do a bunch of hobby stuff, where to be like new to like 3D printing and making things like that. The reviews, toy customizing some when I have a chance, and just taking care of a lot of pets. Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's my life.
cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. That because that's going to be one question two. But let's get to question one first. And what's your breakfast of champions, Billy?
It's if anyone knows me, it's biscuit and gravy. Like it's white sausage gravy, biscuits whenever I have a chance. Not more than like one because it's heavy, but yeah, that's Billy's breakfast of champions.
Nice. Very cool. Like for me here in Taiwan, it's we call it it's a chicken pie, but here in Taiwan it's called Jiro Danbing or Xinjing Danbing. Yeah, and it's delicious. Yeah. Very cool. Alrighty. And so you're a pet person. Tell me about your pets, Billy.
I have way too many pets at this point. Like I've taken in animals, and at this point I have two outside dogs, two inside dogs, small dogs, two large cats, and then like just this other like week, and it kind of lined up with like Friday 13th. I ended up getting a kitten that somehow jumped into one of my coworkers' spare tire underneath his Ford Escape,
Oh,
and yeah, now that thing is mine, and I'm trying to workshop a name, but like we'll figure it out. Nosferatu, or I don't know. That's the best one I got so far.
that's very cool. Yeah, that's so cool because like I got three dogs here in the house, and they're all rescue dogs. So yeah, like I've never owned a dog until my first dog Chica, she came along, and now like I can't imagine life without dogs. So I had a
Yeah.
cat too when I was a kid, but yeah, I love animals, cats and dogs, but like right now I got like three dogs. That's very cool, man. Yes. So, Billy, when did you start collecting toys? Can you tell us about that?
I feel like I've always collected. Well, obviously, you grow up with toys as a kid, but I feel like I got into the collecting aspect or found out it was actually a thing. Was when Toy Fair magazine came out, and that used to be in like all the like WalMarts and stuff down here,
I
and I
remember that. Yeah.
I ate that up. And it was great. It had like a price guide in the back. It had like full page ads for figures too, and just
Sure.
the photography in those, even at the time, because like there nothing's like hyper articulated back then, but
That's true.
still
Yes.
amazing. And that's when it really started. And I feel like it was probably after high school it kind of dipped out because it went more into working, but around 2017 I started like collecting Transformers again and really got into those for quite a while,
Mm.
until I got bit by like the Mythic Legion bug, and was like, oh, what is this? And then I was like, oh my god, this is Four Horsemen. These are the guys who made all the McFarlane figures that I love, the Cygor too, all these things. This is, and it just has spiraled since then. To I have so much stuff. I have to fix these shelves. I was trying to get it done today, but like I got hit with the stomach stuff, so it
Yeah.
is what it is back there.
Here, let me zero in and see if I
Oh
can.
no, oh no, oh, it's here. You got some Warhammer, Joy Toy
Uh-huh.
Warhammer right there.
Yeah.
You got a little mix and mash Father Christmas skeleton.
Is that a vintage Castle Grayskull?
Yes, that's wait, was here. Is that the one? Yeah, that's the vintage Castle Grayskull. I got
No
the
way.
else
I've
too.
always wanted that as a kid. I never got that one.
It's I did it as a project because like you could never find one. It was like perfectly 100%, and I found it at like the first toy show I went to. They had like I think it was just like Mississippi Con or something like that. It was like before the pandemic happened. Got that
Mm.
for like $20, and then I just poured money into like finding all the accessories and repro labels and things like that. And now it just sits up there.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Cool. So what do you do? Okay, so I think you kind of alluded to this earlier, but what do you do to support your hobby? So
Well,
you
I work as security.
Mhm.
Um, I also in burst do kind of like purge my collection because you do pick up a lot of stuff throughout the year, even like with like impulse buys, pre-orders. That's that funnels into there to keep the collection going. Um, the YouTube AdSense stuff does pay every like month or 2 months there. Sometimes it has where it's like it's a decent amount, and then sometimes it's like you met $100. Good job, Billy. Uh, and I started recently making kind of like a garage kit, kind of like upgrade kit for like Mythic Legion ogres to help pay for
mm,
the 3D. Let me see if I focus if I can turn the 3D printer over
look
here.
at that.
Yeah, yeah, I started doing that to pay for that right there, and it's been doing well,
Yeah,
and it's I mean it makes your figure pretty proportionate
that's
afterwards.
cool.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and people
Yeah.
hold those, so that's helped a lot. And just whatever overtime I get.
Yeah, very cool, man. Yeah, like I've been itching to get myself one of those 3D printers myself cuz like I do a lot of toy photography and
Mhm.
things and like I can never have enough buildings or like props and stuff like that in my shots and stuff. So like having that would be super helpful for me. Yeah, but like as you can see, like man, I'm like running out of space in my area. You know what I mean? So like, look at this.
That is a very impressive Zilla collection right there. It is. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I'll try to clean mine up. All right. Rush me into my collection.
Yeah. So just saying hello to some people. What's going on, Pacific Jaeger? Lewis, what's going on, my friend? Yes, sir. Look at that Ghidorah boobs. Oh, Rob, my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, it's 100% space meat.
Yeah. Cool. So Billy, when did you become a Godzilla fan?
Now, I'm glad you sent these questions to me beforehand, so I can really think about it because I'm only 36, but like fuck, it's all just kind of melding together. But I think it was around when Monster Vision was on is when I first started seeing like the show era stuff on there,
Oh,
and finding out my mom had like been like really into these movies when she was a kid as well.
oh, that's
It
cool.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah, it was a little bit of a bonding thing right there. But like I remember seeing it on Monster Vision, and then it was another one. It was really friggin' weird because Sci-Fi Channel. I don't know why they threw these two kind of things. They took Godzilla and then like Detective Noir almost, where it was Godzilla Incorporated, and it had like a weird stained glass that
Huh.
had that title in there and Godzilla in the background, so it's all blurred out. And that's when I remember it the most, though, because like seeing it on Monster Vision was probably like 4 or 5. Like when it came on Sci-Fi, I had to have been like 10, maybe around there. Can't remember exactly what year that was, but I got to stay up and watch those movies and see Hedorah for the first time, and that movie is a trip, and it definitely impacted my taste in films as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I didn't see that film until like in my 30s, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because like growing up in Toronto, like I had no like it was, you couldn't find anything Godzilla, and I was like lucky enough to find, see anything on TV, you know what I mean? And I grew up
Mhm.
around nobody that liked kaiju. I thought for a long time, I thought I was the only person on earth that liked Godzilla until like, Facebook started appearing, and then I was like, oh my god, there's a ton of people that like this stuff. So I was like, oh, it's okay, cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think when I first realized other people liked it, I can't remember where I saw it exactly because, like, living out in the sticks, we had dial-up for forever when everyone had cable. Yes, yes. But I can't remember where I first found it. Was Kaiju Big Battle, and that really took the idea of like, oh, these it's almost like wrestling. These old Showa movies were where it's just like, oh, they have the fake outs, the larger in life tosses, things like that, and they made it into like this TV esque sport and cage matches, and it was like that was blew my mind for a minute there.
Wow, I never seen those. Never seen those. Yeah.
Just look up Kaiju Big Battle. I think it was Doctor Cube. They had one that had where it was like Sky something. Um, two that were like Pepper Brothers. A bionic potato. It was crazy stuff. And they would have where they took the suits at like when they were like, ripped to shit because like your guys backyard wrestling basically in kaiju outfits,
Oh
and
yeah.
they would cut them up and sell them as like pieces to be like, oh, here's like what was it, Sky Devler or something's meat and things like that. And one of my friends, George Gaspar, had where like when it was at the height there, he did like muscle men of them and everything. If you go on his store, I think him or if it was Gaspar's, it's not Gaspar sausage. um, what was it? I can't remember what his website was there, but they're all in purple and
Yeah.
they're for a good price. If I remember it, I'll put it in the comments at some point. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's neat stuff.
That's cool, man. That's very cool. So, okay, so Billy, what's your favorite version of Godzilla? Is that the Hedorah one? Oh, my dogs.
It, it, it's definitely the Showa era Godzilla, that kind of like Cookie Monster looking Godzilla, just a little bit there because
Hmm.
it was just ridiculous storylines where you just ignore the people, they move the plot along, and then it's just like, oh, here's Godzilla learning how to use like the atomic energy in him to become magnetic to pull Godzilla back.
Yeah, yeah.
Summoning deities to help in a fight. Uh, the weird, again, like with Hedorah, like the the acid trip PSA of like just protecting the environment, uh,
Yes.
just stuff like that. It's still my favorite. It's why I collect the monster art Showa stuff, honestly, because
Uh,
like yeah. But if Haya ever touches the Showa era, there,
that's my. I don't know. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm curious, but I don't know. Like we've had this conversation, you
mhm,
know, between myself and the boys, and like the reason why companies stay away from show as opposed to high side. There's more money in high side. People, like
mhm,
they trust the high side brand a little bit more than the Showa stuff.
mhm.
So that's one of the reasons why, apparently. So, but we'll get into that discussion later and things. So, Billy, are you into video games or any sports?
Uh, I mean, I still try to get into like powerlifting and stuff some, but it's been a long time since then. I'm
Hmm.
lucky to have time to get into the gym and try to
Yeah.
stay healthy. But like I still pick up like controller every now and then. New Xbox. I haven't jumped into the Switch 2, but let's see here. I just picked up the Space Marine remaster. I know some people had where they were kind of like, poo pooing it a little bit, but it's still so much fun just to see them just be like, oh, that's not in the codex. It's like learn to walk on your own there.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't do much. Like I have like I've had all the PlayStations, like I have a PS5, but like I don't play as much as I do that I did before, because you know, toy photography's taking up most of my time and stuff like that and things, and like, yeah.
Mhm.
So, but I do it every now and then, which is cool. Yeah. So, Billy, what other characters or IPs are you into collecting?
Right now, the main one is Mythic Legions. Like I look at my desk right now, and I have like a bag of like snags in here and other parts. Um, the graveyard skeleton hanging out.
I love those skeletons. I want to get those.
They're so good. Even if you like pick up the 4-pack where the graveyard one's there, if you didn't even want them all, you could sell them for like $25 a pop. Just saying. The legendary barbarian has where oh, it's everything I wanted in like a Conan and stuff right now. I
Yeah.
I want to mess with the Frazetta Girls one still,
Uh
but
huh.
like this was awesome and it was only like $50 and it came with a ton of parts, so that's value. And
Yeah.
yeah, other stuff is like I've started like 3D printing things. I'm still into Glyos. Glyos are pretty awesome still.
Mm,
Yes,
very
yes,
cool.
they're. Oh yeah, that's if you know about Glyos, it's more this universal peg system for like everything can mix and match between different companies and everything. But it
Oh,
feels like it's people who are in the toy industry collect Glyos figures is what it seems like because it's just like that's toy right there. That's fun. You can mess around with it, and it's like hand candy.
okay. All right. Sorry, it's my wife. She's talking to me. Yeah.
And this
So,
FigureMania,
so, what are your Grail figures in your collection, Billy?
this one was tough because there's a recency bias because like you have where you get something new and it's still fresh in your mind. Like the Ghidorah
Sure.
is it's so good for the price. Like the Haya
Yeah.
Ghidorah is just like it even not having stands, it's still amazing.
Sure.
But let's see. What did I write down? Because I made a whole thing on this. Grail figures right now. The Super 7, like 1200 degrees Celsius Godzilla, because that thing is gory as hell, and you just never get that design.
Oh, you'll never get it again. Yeah.
Never again, but
Yeah.
it's so good looking.
That one there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you put the smoke effects on it. That's dope.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to pick up the other one. I
Hold
need the
on.
smoke
Let
effects.
me let me bring him down so I can show you.
Yes. Oh, because I
Yeah.
got him in the box. He's in the pile of
Oh.
shame right now.
No, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Like my wife gave this to me, and like Michael Shipman, he let me buy this off of him and things
Yeah.
like let my wife buy it off him so I can get it. Oh man, so this is like one of my Grail pieces for sure because I was looking for this guy, and the other one that I just recently picked up thanks to my friend David Michael Tardy in Virginia is is this guy right here. Love this guy.
Yes. He is a great Godzilla there.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. Yeah.
was it Thirsty for Blood Godzilla?
Thirsty for Blood Godzilla.
And
Yeah. The Art Adams Godzilla.
that's one of the earlier ones from that line, and the Four Horsemen had worked on that Godzilla design right there. They did the Godzilla and the Destroyer,
Uh huh.
and it I it was weird that the articulation kind of from what I like when I'm speaking to people had where it changed a little bit, like when they had the prototypes and stuff, it had more movement in that tail, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still a beautiful sculpt.
It is. Yeah. Like it's got its own charm. You know what I mean? Like they're not trying to compete with SH Monster Arts or Haya. They're trying to just be their own thing. And like, it's a shame that there's a lot of people out there that just can't, you know what I mean, that they can't get that through their head, you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
but they're awesome. Like I'm so happy to have these guys in my collection. Yeah. Yeah, they're so
I still
bubbly and things, and yeah, I love it. I
I
love it.
still need to get the Biolante. I want that one. I need that rose form, but I just kept going like I don't want to pay full price, and it's seesawed back and forth. But
Yeah.
maybe eventually, and I'm still amazed that the Destroyer came back in stock.
That thing is a beast. Like I got that guy right up there. Hold on a second.
Yes, that's the last one the Four Horsemen worked on with Super 7
Oh
for
wow.
yes, and I
Yeah.
was just like, I need it because of that. Just the Horseman for Hire aspect of it. I was like, I need to fanboy. And boy,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So now, Billy, are there any dream figures you would like to have in your collection, either existent or non-existent?
with this one, I don't care if it's Monster Arts or Haya. I would love a highly or fully articulated King Caesar, a Megalon, a Baragon, and Ogra. Because back to the movies, my cat. What are you doing, cat? At the door trying to get in. Um, because like Ogra and Godzilla 2000, that was one of my first movie rental experiences as a kid. And because like again, out in the sticks and everything, going to Blockbuster, uh, my mom rented that for me. We watched the hell out of it to the point where it had late fees. And I know people miss Blockbuster, but like, I'm glad we never had to pay the price of the late fees on Godzilla 2000. It, it wasn't quite the cost of like the new Ghidorah, but it was getting up there.
Oh,
Yeah, but those would be the ones that like if I had like to wish for. But if it's something as existent, I would love the SH Monstars Biollante. I'd want that one and want space to be able to put it out too.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, because Haya is doing, you know, high side, right? So we may
Yeah,
see that, you know what I mean,
that would be dope.
eventually. So
Oh yeah.
Violante is right there. That's Hedora. So this is like my SH Monster Art shelf here, over here, and then I got my other SH Monster Arts like right behind me over here. These are all the Godzillas and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, and stuff, and like I'm almost out of space. Like that, I did a video recently about the just the battle damage Ghidorah for Haya, and
Yeah.
like no way, man. Like I have to move some stuff around,
You know
man,
what's
because
crazy
like
is like if you zoom in right here, or can you in bigoted or whatever, it's the same size as the freaking spider gremlin from NECA. It's the same kind of footprint there.
yeah, yeah,
And these I think these shelves are like what was it like like 2.5 foot wide. That's
yeah.
oh,
Is
but
that the Imperium Godzilla next to Ghidorah?
yes, I actually got that as a gift from one of my like my coworker friends for helping him
Uh
like
huh.
clean out like a house that he used to have.
Oh,
And it was his childhood bedroom in there. And he was like, "Hey, you like Godzilla? You can have this." And I'm like, "Sweet, I will never sell it, and I will maybe at some point figure out how to fix the electronics in the head."
oh, yeah. I have the other Imperium, like the hollow one. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And like that's like my very first Godzilla figure. I have it downstairs, and yeah, that's like my oldest figure in my collection, hands down. Yeah.
I mean, technically, this is the oldest. What Wayne was here? I can't remember what year this came out, but then there's like, and then there's Tendril from Inhumanoids.
In
But like,
humanoids, I remember in humanoids. Yeah.
I hope someone does something with them at some point because there was talk like like 4 or 5 years ago that Brian Flynn had the Inhumanoids license or just like the trademark for it, and nothing happened. But I was like, oh my god, just give me like a slightly modern articulated Tendril or do a vinyl Super Seven. You love them, do that. Come on, but eh. But it's to the point. Ramble. My first Godzilla figure was not Godzilla. It was the big Rex that had where it would walk and its arms kind of went back and forth and it breathed smoke. And it wasn't, it was actually smoke because it was like a drop of oil in the back of its head. I need to restore it. I got it like outside on the back porch. Um, Finding the hands isn't too bad for those, but like that thing, I loved it. I got that thing when I was like 4. It was wonderful.
That's cool. That's
Yes.
very cool. Yes, sir. Cool. So, Billy, okay, so final question here. So, what advice would you like to offer to anyone getting into the hobby and reviewing figures on YouTube?
If it's getting into the hobby of like collecting and stuff, find something that is dear to you first, something that you grew up with, something that it means something to you first, and
Hmm.
start collecting that. Check stuff out, find out what kind of figure you like. If it's getting into YouTube, just do it. Just grab your phone, because I still do everything on like this Android. Somehow it has 4K on it. I don't know how. And just start recording stuff. Get a couple little like cheap LED lights. Clear off your table space if you can. Throw up a piece of, oh god, what was it? A poster board as a background, and just start talking about whatever it is, whatever you're reviewing, honestly, or whatever you want to talk about, honestly, and just be positive and fun.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Alrighty. So it's time now to bring in the boys. So let's start off with the Super 7's greatest champion. We have Kaiju Canuck. What's going on, my friend?
Hello everyone. It's great to be here. Thank you, Harold, for hosting the show again, and good to have you here too, Billy.
It's good to be talking with you. I'm glad to let you out of the Canadian mines.
Oh yeah, it's good to be here, man. Worked hard today, you know.
Gotta start saving up.
Cool. All right. And the next person is the only person on the panel who's worked at Bandai and who's been on Godzilla X Kong.
Yes. The Bandai part is more important. I'm good. And I see if I can zoom in on it. It's right. Right.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh, look at that.
There it is.
Neat. Right there. That's
right there.
Next to my tattoo. No, yeah. By Sea Guns.
Yes, sir. All right. And let's bring out New Jersey's treasure, Shin Robjiro. What's going on, my friend?
I got bruises. Not my dad. My name is Jeffrey. Hi.
Alrighty. And finally, let's bring out Mr. SH Monster Arts himself, the Articulation Series, Michael Shipman. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me again.
Awesome. Alrighty. So before we get into the meat and potatoes of our conversation today, guys, does anybody have any pickups or anything? Like I already showed you my pickups at the beginning with Billy. I picked up this guy right here. Oh, finally, beautiful. You know. So, and I also have the Haya toys. A whole bunch of Haya toys. I got the Ghidorah. I've got this guy right here. He's so I had my buddy custom painted him.
Yeah,
things.
That's great.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir. So Kyle, let's start with you. How about do you have any pickups?
Well, I think since we last did this, I got the Haya Hokkaido Godzilla and the Haya Ghidorah 91. I think those are the big things I got. Those are both fantastic figures.
Oh man, yeah, they really are.
Definitely like figure of the year contenders, at least for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to think. I don't think there's anything else I grabbed. No, but there's some new funds coming out that I'm looking forward to.
Cool. Alrighty. And Mike Monsters, anything?
I'm like looking around my room, seeing like, what? Anything? No, nothing new. I got posters from the new Predator Killer of Killers when I went to the premiere. I don't know if that counts.
Oh, that was badass.
Yeah,
I watched it here on Disney Plus with my wife. I was like, oh my god, that was badass. I was like,
it's a fun
I'm
one.
interested in Predator again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like now
good.
I'm interested in that new movie that's coming up, Badlands.
Have you seen Prey?
I did see Prey, yes,
Okay,
and I thought it was great. Yeah,
but that should have reinvigorated your love for Predator too.
Yeah, but like it you know, like there was like a cool down period, you know,
Yeah,
between that and
totally.
and you know, but I'm hyped all over again for Predator. It was that movie was
always
awesome.
Yeah. I've got these Nanmu Raptors. Still, I haven't finished my video on them, but I've been having camera issues, so I've got these little guys. Hopefully, gonna have that review out tomorrow. It's almost
Cool.
done. So finally.
Yes.
Nice.
I was wondering how big those were.
Yeah, they're all right. They're not small, but they're not huge either. but they scale well. I don't have anything to compare with nearby, but yeah, like it's not.
Is that the same company that has where they're doing the Indominus Rex too?
Yeah, I believe so. I think, and they're like not Jurassic. They're not licensed, but they are totally clearly based on those licenses. But then they also have licensed figures as well, so it's weird kind of thing called Dino Dream and their Jurassic Park and stuff. But these are like a certain.
Aren't they making sorry to interrupt you. Aren't they making the Peter Jackson Kong?
I think so.
They've been teasing that for like 4 years. I don't know if it's actually happening.
Yeah, I remember seeing teases. I know they've done the V-Rexes.
Yes.
But yeah, these are my first pieces by them, so I'm not super familiar with the company yet still. But I like these. They're cool.
Cool. Very nice. And Shinrab Jira, any pickups?
Yeah, let me check my recent uploads.
Anguirus.
We'll get to that. The two Hokkaidos, Godzilla, King Ghidorah, the limited movie monster series aggregate Destroya, the 2.0.
I want
Destroya.
that one, man.
You do. Believe me, you do. The 2.0 Burning Godzilla and Destroya, the Transformers X Godzilla crossover, and Anguirus. He's on the shelf, but I have the box in hand, and it's a really nice box. So I bought a box, and I brought a tube. I bought that too, so I don't die in here when it's fucking 110 degrees outside.
Is that an oxygen tube?
It's definitely an oxygen tube for my body, so I don't melt.
Wow.
And dehydrate and die.
Stay hydrated. Get your electrolytes.
Yeah, I need to pick up some Gatorade. I'm all out of electrofuels.
Alrighty.
Or something.
And articulation series. Any latest pickups? I know that you did Anguirus. What else?
Yeah, we did. So I did Anguirus, and we also did Godzilla 2004 reissue.
I saw that one.
Also, yeah. So that Mecha Godzilla should be here tomorrow. The new Final Battle Edition.
Nice.
And let's see here. What else do we got? Those are all Monster Arts figures, and then I also picked up the Ichibancho Godzillasaurus. Picked that guy up.
I want that one. Yes.
Yeah, the prize figure. And then I also picked up the Motoroid Super X3.
Oh,
nice.
Cool. Very nice.
Let me know how the build for that is, because I'm not good with kits.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a snap-on kit, so it's pretty easy.
Oh, thank Christ.
Nice.
Yeah, you don't have to glue anything on them.
Oh, beautiful. These hands do nothing but destroy.
Very cool. So let's get into the discussion, guys. All right. So Nerd Christmas is coming. All right. And I'm looking forward to this. I'm not going to be there, but two of these gentlemen will be.
Three.
That is three. Oh, three. Yes. My bad. Three. So you guys are going to meet up. That's going to be glorious. You guys have to record that.
Oh yeah.
that.
Yeah, we'll Photoshop you and Robin, and
you got to do the first high five.
There you go. Yeah.
We'll do the Predator handshake, like all of us holding our arms together in one big connection.
Yeah.
Awesome. Like turtle power type thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. Cowabunga!
Yeah. So, man, that's around the corner, and I thought I was telling you guys earlier, but for the sake of the audience, I thought this was going to be a news light episode, but like a ton of stuff just came out in the last 24 hours. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, okay, we got some stuff to talk about. It thanks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's get into it. So so Super 70's this. Okay. Kyle, can you enlighten us what this might be?
Or Prometheus.
I don't know if I can. I mean, some people have correctly guessed it in comment sections, but I don't know if I can actually tell you what it is.
Well, not live right now. Maybe off camera later.
Maybe off camera. Yeah, maybe off camera. But if anybody in the chat wants to share a guess, please do share your guesses. It's gonna be really freaking cool.
Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so I'll be looking forward to that. I know, Kyle, you're gonna be all over that Super 7 booth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure. Alrighty, and are they gonna be showing off this too?
Oh, they're gonna be showing this off soon, before San Diego Comic-Con, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is Wave 2 of the Fun Funds. Burning Godzilla 95. Actually, that's a new head on the 95. I didn't realize it until just this moment.
Oh, it totally
really?
is.
Yeah, that's a new head. Oh, cool.
Damn it. Cheeks.
Yeah, presumably he's got the same body as the Wave 1. And then you got Destroyer on the left there, who looks fierce yet adorable. And then Godzilla 2001, which is Godzilla from my favorite Godzilla movie, and is Super 7's first official piece of Millennium merch. And it won't be their last either. So, this is a great line. I said it before. If anybody's on the fence, they're like, I don't really get it, I don't understand it. Whenever they drop a favorite character of yours, I definitely recommend hopping in and getting in on the fun. It's a great line.
It is.
Cool. Very,
I was
very
in that
cool.
boat too. I have the 2001, the glowing version on pre-order.
Oh, that has not landed on Amazon Canada yet.
Oh.
So I might have to import it from the States, but here's hoping.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's Bahagian. You have to.
I know.
So Bahagian.
And they also teased this image. And
Yeah.
that's going to be like their next Ultimates, right?
No,
Nope.
they revealed it today.
Nope, they revealed it today. It was the charging reaction figure.
Oh.
The card back for it.
Yeah. I don't know if I
did
would have
see
used
that,
this
yeah,
card.
but-
I don't know if I would have used this card art or this art as the tease for the reaction figure, because I definitely saw people were turning their gears thinking it was going to be a Heat Ray Ultimate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it wasn't, guys. It was a charging reaction -1, but it's a great figure. So there's that.
So we're
There
not.
were some people that were so confident that it was.
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna do.
Yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
But no,
Oh,
it's a reaction charging -1. It has a different tail than the blind box charging -1 if you are into that kind of thing. Whoa, look at that.
What?
Super chat. Whoa.
What?
Yo, can we have W's in the chat for Goji Jojo?
Yes.
W's.
Thank you
Free
so
double
much, man.
V.
That's so cool.
Happy Meal money.
Awesome. Yeah, like I was thinking, it's gonna be another Toho Ultimates -1, but I guess that he's not gonna be showing
Did we
this
lose
year.
Billy?
Will he?
Oh, did we lose Billy?
Oh,
Ah.
he did.
Sorry, what was the question, Harold? That they're not gonna what?
Yeah, so are they gonna show anything new for -1 at all this Comic-Con or
Who, Super 7?
yeah?
Well, if you look at the teaser from the last slide, like that's definitely
welcome back, Billy.
welcome back, Billy.
Yeah, sometimes you just hit the control button in the wrong way.
I know that.
So yeah, if you look at the teaser from the last slide,
Uh-huh.
like that's definitely the Train Biter -1 head. So
okay, putting two and two together now.
yeah, it seems like there should still be some -1 stuff on the way. I cannot confirm nor deny, but -1 hugely successful, and the sequel is set to start filming later this year. So
Oh, so excited for that.
Yes. Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Alrighty, and moving on. I was interested in this, and then I saw this.
Yeah.
I was like,
What was this one here? Because it's like I don't know what their decision on how to paint it was. The applications of that.
They were going for the Pop-Tart icing aesthetic.
Isn't it glow in the dark or something too?
it looks like they painted it in reverse. Like they painted all the gray and they're like, let's add all the blue instead of doing like the blue and then dry brushing the gray. I don't know.
Yeah.
Box just posted photos or a video of this or something, and it's even with the glowy effect, it still was like
It doesn't look like it.
The promo images
Like,
look
I mean,
awesome.
look at the snout of the nose. Like
Yeah.
it just looks soft. You know,
Yeah.
like the details. Like I don't know what happened.
Dude,
And, like, there's no
I don't know
eyes,
how
there's
you
no-
get on like the production factory line and like look at these coming out and feel like, yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a shame because I was like, you guys know me. I told you I was interested in this.
Yeah, no, the promo images looked great, but
Yeah. Jeez. That's poor. Oh man. Okay, so thankfully I didn't pre-order this, but that's such a shame. I was really hoping this figure would be good. Anyways, let's move on. Sorry, Spyro Studios.
Sorry.
So
They should be the one apologizing to us.
that's
Not you. You're not the one needing to apologize.
Did they change factories or something? Because usually it's like, hey, you got like your good prototype paint, gets sent to the factory, they try to recreate it, and then they go, hey, here's what we did, and you're like, okay, this is good.
Am I wrong? Has Spyro been called out for poor paint applications before? Am I remembering right?
They've been called out for the lighting effects in the deluxe King Ghidorah statue
That
not
wasn't
working.
properly. Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. I thought I
Yes.
saw something about paint applications not being up to snuff too, but that might be something else.
So, do you guys think Super 7 will do more? That's not off the table.
It's
But,
not off the table, but they don't currently have the license.
Yeah. So, alrighty. So this is due to come. Well, this is already out in Japan,
Yes.
and Michael, I'm waiting for mine to come in through Calcus Toy and things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, and it's looking nice actually with all the accessories and stuff. You know what I mean? I really like the energy hands and stuff. That looks really cool. Look at that.
Sock 'em boppers.
Yeah.
Michael,
And then a pillow fight.
Michael's probably got like 12 of these coming. Yeah, so
I have 4.
He's building an army.
for right now.
4
Yeah.
for now.
No, that'll be. I'm not getting more than that. Just the 4. Just the 4.
Right.
Oh, only 4 guys. Don't get ridiculous.
Only 4.
You know, we have the second variant after how long, Michael? What was it?
5 years.
Yeah, it's been
4 years.
Dear, I think the first one came out in 2021. So
Yeah, I think it was in 2021.
And we still do not have the Haya version.
And that was the first one they hinted at.
Yep.
Yeah. It's wow. It's wild, man. It's wild.
Yeah, so it came out December 20. The first one came out December 22nd, 2021. So there's been enough time since its debut, and I think the only reason why we're seeing it resurface is because of the 50th anniversary of Mechagodzilla Celebration. So I think it's dabbing it, and as a part of that, it's not officially listed, but I think that's the reason why it's resurfaced is because it's the year that was the year of Mechagodzilla, and then also there was just so much feedback asking for more from this figure, you know, more accessories and everything. And the reason why the first one didn't even have that stuff is because they never saw the movie. They didn't know what the color would finally look like in the movie, and all the accessories, all the moves that it had. That stuff wasn't official when they were working on this figure, so that's why the first one is mostly a bare bones release.
Are you telling
now,
Michael?
But now
we
have the
me
official
that
one.
Tamashii Nations takes feedback and listens? Are you telling me?
Yeah,
that they
I
listen
mean,
to feedback?
They do.
Because I've heard otherwise from the internet. The experts.
I mean, here's the
told
thing.
me otherwise.
They do take feedback. It's just not going to happen right away. It's going to be, and it's not going to happen for a figure that's already down the pipeline, right? If it's already been set to be manufactured, they're definitely not going to change anything because of the production deadlines. But for a future version of it, they could change it. Like if we look at the Gamera 1999 Kyoto version, they actually updated the head for that because of all the
Yeah.
complaints about the original head. So there's little small things that they update here and there.
Okay.
It's just not as publicized sometimes.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's one of those things that you find out when you open the box. You're like, oh, they changed this.
Yeah. Alrighty. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Mark's not wrong.
He's not.
you know what's well, you know what I like about these things? I mean, you could use them for other things. Like you could use them for like reuse Hadouken.
Yeah, I always think it's a Dragon Ball effect.
Yeah. Or like you put on a Superman figure, it's like
Yeah.
like punching Doomsday at hyper speed or whatever, you know? You could
Yeah,
use that for that. That'd be cool. Very nice. So I'm waiting for this one for sure. And let's move on. So man, so let's just recap some of the announcements that that we got this year. And I hope Michael, do you think this guy will make an appearance at Comic-Con this year?
Yeah, it's gonna be there.
Cool. So
We'll see. We're gonna see Legion. We'll see the Gamera figure on display. We're gonna see King Ghidorah as and the Gigan and Anguirus and Godzilla will also be on display. This will also be on display as well.
Okay. Will there be any surprise reveals? I don't think, because I don't know. I don't think they do any surprise reveals for Comic-Con, do they?
Not typically. The last time they did a big reveal at Comic-Con was Kong 2005. That was kind of a debut figure.
Okay.
I think. Actually, you know what? Zuko and Mothra were surprised last year too.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, they were surprised. They were surprise reveals, but it's not often.
They do reveal Dragon Ball figures often at cons.
Yeah.
New York and San Diego. So it's not like unfamiliar territory for Tamashii to make a reveal, but it's best not to expect something.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think we'll see. I don't know. Right now they're in November and December on the release table right now. So if there's going to be anything, it might be a general release. That might be a surprise reveal. But if I'm not really expecting it this time around, but I think that you can count on maybe an exclusive that's purchasable. So maybe look out for that.
Alrighty. And when's this guy supposed to be releasing?
July.
Oh, okay. So next month. So soon. Oh man, I can't wait to get this guy, man.
This will probably be on display as well.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, very cool. Like, there were people like mentioning, oh, will they have like any new articulation, any updated engineering? And I honestly don't think so. I mean, this is just like a straight repaint. Is that correct, Michael?
Yeah, it's pretty much 1-to-1. If there's anything internal, we'll find out when we get it. But as far as just viewing it from the exterior, it's pretty much 1-to-1.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. But I'm looking forward to getting him because, I botched mine, so I needed more. Yeah. Alrighty, and
Harold dipped it in acid.
Yeah.
Does it resist acid?
We're coming up on the eve of like when this set was revealed last year, and it's been out, and I think this was a solid release. What do you think, Michael?
Are you asking me or everybody?
I'm asking everybody, but let's start with you.
Okay. I think it's an okay set. It's not bad. I know a lot of people balked at the price when it first came out, but if you break it down, it's basically $40 per figure in there. So
yeah,
it's or $45 per figure. That's what it was. So, but I think it's I like the Mothra this time around much better than the 2019 Mothra. Just the paint deco, the paint deco, and actually using the actual wing print from the movie, phenomenal.
Yes,
that was fantastic that they did that. Zuko, quirky little fun figure. The articulation engineering, the articulation that they gave it definitely helps.
Sure,
it be very expressive. I'm curious to see if it was all ball joints, if it would be able to do the same kind of movements, but I'm kind of hesitant on that. I think maybe would have a little bit less. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to pose. You can get a lot of expression out of that little figure.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
And who doesn't
Billy,
like
what are your thoughts on
little
this one?
monkey? I mean, for the like, if you do the breakdown, the price, yeah, it seems worth it. I mean, like, I just would love an extra piece just to have like a horrified face as he's like smashing into another Kong. You know, that'd make it super worth it.
There you go.
Only none of them knew that was going to happen until the movie came out.
Listen, guys, new startup idea. Okay, a event Kong with the glove
accessory
with Zuko, fucking swinging him around.
Yes. I would not be surprised if that's a potential future set.
I'd buy that right now. Just yes.
That'd be cool.
Decisive adopted son battle set.
Plus abusive father.
Decisive. Not my real dad.
Oh,
not my real dad. Got bruises.
Oh, he's got a buddy. He goes, I ain't your daddy. I ain't your daddy.
Rob, what do you think?
Monkey.
Right?
Monkey.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Boog is nice. No, it looked like a cool set. I had to skip because Movie Monster series was bending me over last year, and they're certainly doing it this year again. So thanks for that, Bandai. I love you. I don't leak shit. So it's a fun set. I think it looks cool, and if I happen to have some extra butt pocket change and everything, I'll toss Bandai more of my money. Looks like it'd be fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Please,
this is a set that will
crashing and burning.
This is a set that you'll see on sale for Black Friday, so just hold out if you're not in a rush to get it.
Oh, sick. 50, 60 bucks? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Mike's Monsters, what are your thoughts on this one?
I don't have really an opinion yet because I haven't got mine from Michael because I haven't paid him for them yet. So I am still, I think they look cool. I'm looking forward to having them. That's why I'm buying them. So
cool.
I buy figures that I want. I don't buy everything. I wanted a little Zuko to fill out my GXK shelf, and the Mothra will help with that too. So
okay. And Kyle, okay, you already mentioned. Yeah. All right. All right. So this. So I thought this was a good release this year. The both of these guys, I thought they were, but he was. I still stand that the Scar King was too tall, but overall he's a good figure, I think. Yeah, posable and things. I really enjoyed this figure when I did the toy photography with him and things. So yeah, what are your thoughts, Billy? Let's start with you. Did you pick up the set at all or no?
No. I went with the Haya Shimu because it was bigger. That's why I went with that one. I might pick up the Scar King like at some point. Like again, like if it has where it dips down a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I do love a monkey. Like have a monkey right there.
It's a headless monkey.
It'll have a head when I'm done.
Okay.
Let's show it again.
Billy Beige Customs at work.
Yeah.
Seen it live, folks.
Yeah, at some point this NECA Kong will turn into Roman or the Robot Monster. So yeah, it's
cool. Alrighty. So, Michael, what are your thoughts on this one? I know you have these guys. So,
so as far as, let me just talk about Scar King first. The Scar King's, admittedly, the more fun figure between Kong and him. So
yes, I agree.
I like its range. I like the expression it gives, and I like that when you hunch it over, it just looks very imposing. So I like the way that they did the engineering with the head, neck, and the upper chest part. I think that works really well with this figure. As far as the heads, we already know. We know this already. And if you don't know it already, you need to know this. Is that they do these figures so many months before production is finished so that they coincide it with the movie's release. So unfortunately, they're not getting CGI renders. They're looking at 2D images and they're sculpting this based off of those 2D images. All these are hand sculpts. Shimo, Suko, Mothra, and Scar King. They're all hand sculpted. So that's why they look the way they look. They have their own unique charm. And if you don't like it, if it doesn't speak to you, you don't have to get it. I know it's disappointing if you really love Monsters for accuracy that you're not going to get that out of this, but they did say, in the future, if these characters ever reappear in movies in the future, they might be able to get those finished CGI files since they've been in movies already. So there could be a Shimo 2.0 in the future. But as far as what we got right now, I think they're okay. Shimo is fun. It's what's funny is I was really digging Shimo when I got it. I was like, yeah, the articulation for this is so much better than what the Monster Hunters quadrupeds were doing. Like, this is fantastic, right? But now we have Anguirus, and I'm just like, Shimo, go away. like Anguirus is a quadruped. Like, as much as I really wanted Anguirus to come out sooner in the line, I am glad that it did come out when it did, because this allowed the company to work on engineering styles. Because I can just picture this. If this came out in 2012, 2013, I don't think it would have this level of articulation engineering.
Yeah.
If we go back to those older sculpts, that it's good, but does it hold up as well? Probably not. It probably would have been like a similar Shimo situation where the ankles don't have all those cuts. It's just, the ankle to the foot.
Yeah.
But Anguirus is like fantastic the way that they did the quadruped. So
yes.
Shimo, you were my favorite quadruped in the line, but I'm sorry, you're number 2 now.
Just can't.
Yeah. Shinrob Jira, what about you? What are your thoughts?
I really regret not picking up Scar King when he came out, because it was one of those, the solicitations really didn't do it justice, and then you see it in hand and it's like, oh wow, that actually looks pretty good. Yeah. With Shimo, I don't want to be the guy, but it's like, I'm happy with my Hyatt Shimo. I don't think I need another gigantic fuck off shelf hog where I'm swimming in Ghidorahs and it needs to stop, please. But for the most part, I thought Shimo looked cool. For everything that you could see on camera and everything that you couldn't see on camera, I thought it was a pretty solid figure. Accuracy be damned.
Yeah. Mike's Monsters, what about you?
I think they're cool. I like Shimo more than I like Scar King personally. I haven't photographed my Shimo yet because of my camera issues, but I plan on it sometime. And Scar King is fun. The way I wanted to pose them on my shelf was my own doing of frustration, because I really wanted him standing on her with the axe and the thing, the spike sticking out, or you have it posed essentially. And every time I did it, everything fell over, the whole shelf toppled. So, but I got it now. It's locked in. But but Scar King was, exactly. Scar King was in photographing him, he's a little more frustrating for me, because he can pose, but like he's kind of, with that whip, it's hard to get it in like very specific poses because of the bendiness of it and everything. So I was having the issue where the hands were falling off all the time, but it's just popping back on. But that would be my only frustrations with it. But I do enjoy the figure overall. And I was not ever one who was upset about the size of him or the inaccuracy on Shimo. Those are, it's not the end of the world for me.
Cool. Yeah. And Kyle, did you ever pick up one of either of these two figures?
Yeah, I got Scar King, and I share a lot of thoughts with Mike. I like the size. The heads are okay, I think that they serve the stylization of the figure pretty well. Trying to get the hands on mine fall off so easily.
Yeah,
so very easily.
Speaking of which, yes, initially when I did my review, that didn't happen on mine until after, when I started doing more toy photography. Then the hands started falling. I was like, what the heck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Reported on my review. Oh no, the hands are okay on this, but no, like you're right. I mean, after my review, that's when it started happening for me.
Yeah, yeah. And so Michael's advice was to heat up the sockets and then use a little bit more force to try and get the hands in, like the ball joints in, so it sits a little bit more secure. I haven't done that, admittedly, just because like I got him into a pose that I liked, and I'm just kind of like, leave him there.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do here too.
Yeah, yeah. So I do like the Scar King. I wish that his hands were a little bit easier to work with.
Sure.
As for Shimo,
Keep your buddies away from him. Yeah.
Fuck, you ruined my joke, Harold.
Oh shit, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was interested in Shimo. And then I got the high one again. Like Rob said, don't want to be that guy, but my bookshelf space is at a premium, and for me personally, it's really hard to justify spending 4 times what I spent on Shimo, or what I would have spent on Shimo if I, didn't get it as a sponsored item on a Monster Arts version that is comparable in size. There are things about the Monster Arts version I like better. I love the shoulder spikes, or I guess the spikes on her back. I love the way they look.
Yeah.
And she's still more flexible than the Haya one, even though the Haya one is pretty good. But yeah, like I'd buy it for a penny.
Wow. Wow. They don't even make those anymore.
Hey, they haven't made those in Canada for like 8 years.
Progressive.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. So we can all agree this guy was an awesome release. I love this guy very much, and he is exactly how I saw him at Godzilla Day last year. And yeah, he's just a real treat to have in my collection. Yeah, and I saw your review before coming on this morning while I was having my breakfast, Rob, and it's a
great video.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yes. Alrighty. So, Billy, are you interested in this one?
I am super interested in Anguirus. I have where like I locked in one at Big Bad Toy Store because it's like the time frame there, but like I haven't seen anywhere it's like, hey, I have this in stock right now. Let's go for a price I'm willing to pay. Like I'm thinking about hitting up E-Night Media. I haven't used them yet. Yeah, but I need it. I need it. It's still an affordable Showa era figure. So I need him. I still need to pick up Jet Jaguar.
Same.
But I need him.
Yeah, there's way too much awesome happening on this panel. What's going on, Kaijutopia?
What's up, Tom?
Thomas?
What's going on, Thomas? Yes, sir. Yeah, so Mike's Monsters. Are you picking this guy up, or?
Yes, that's another one that's in my pile from Michael, and also Burning Godzilla that you showed earlier was probably going to be in that pile soon too. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to buy those, but just they're coming. One day I'll have them.
Kyle, are you picking this guy up, or?
I'm not sure yet. Rob and Michael's coverage of the figure has, and yours, Harold, of course, your coverage. It's Anguirus. I feel like I have to. But I don't have any other figure from the movie, and I just don't know where I would put him.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to, but I'm not sure how I would do it.
I see. Alrighty. Cool.
You can put them where your mouse goes.
Yeah.
You go to reach for my mouse, and it's like,
Rubber.
Rob, can you use that guy to comb your hair?
I ain't gonna front. I know I hammed it up for the camera, but that was not pleasant. I did that with varying degrees of it's fucking rubber. How bad could it be? It was not nice.
Yeah.
It was not nice. I can still feel it. I miss my wife and my children.
No.
Oh man. Alrighty. So, well, okay, guys, let's talk about this because this guy just got recently announced. Okay, like within the last 24 hours or so, and but what came out too was the price. Oh, bunny.
Strong feelings about that price.
Yeah. Beautiful timing.
But let's first enjoy the the sculpting of this figure, and I like how the you see on the chest, like what do you call those, like the
tits.
Michael, you mentioned it in your live stream. You were talking about like it looks like stuff of its like pieces of the costume is falling off of it and things.
Yeah, so it's I don't know if you've ever remember watching it just in the movie. There's a couple close-ups of the suit. It's kind of like the camera's behind the suit, and you can just kind of see the scales, how they're kind of just glued onto the suit, and they have, when like wind is flowing, you can see them move. And I think that they kind of replicate that effect in this figure very well, because if you zoom in on these things, they're kind of frayed upwards in parts. Versus, in the 1991 King Ghidorah, it's very like it's mostly downward, right? But this has got it's so random throughout this whole entire sculpt. Some are sticking up, some are down. I think it replicated it very well, and it doesn't break the sculpt with the way that they did it too. It looks like there's still enough clearance for things when it comes to articulation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I don't know, man. This looks beautiful, I think. And so the articulation engineering in the neck is all new, and
he dabbing.
I like that. Look at this
Look
right
at
here.
Yeah.
This right here.
I saw somebody say that this should be the box art.
Have your triumphant one on the front, and this is on the back.
Yeah, because like you can't do that with either of the Ghidorahs like currently in the SH Monster Arts line. So that's a big improvement. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So I'll be looking forward to that one.
Absolutely.
And so this on the right is the bootleg. Michael, do you have the bootleg?
He's
Michael,
gone.
He's gone.
Yes, that
okay.
photo that you're looking at right there, is it?
Oh, that's your bootleg.
That's my bootleg.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm wondering if I should pick that bootleg up or not.
Right.
Well, I mean, even if you do, it's a 1964 representation, not the 1972, so it's still different.
Ah, yeah. Then just maybe then.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw when I was posting the pictures in comparison, even on the live stream that I did this morning. There's many differences in this versus that bootleg. Specifically, the wings, and they're entirely different.
Yeah,
the heads are different, completely different too.
What about that George Jefferson type hair? You know what I mean? Like, is it green or is it brown? I don't know. I thought it was green, like his hair.
It's brown.
It's brown.
Okay. I've always remember it being brown myself.
Yeah, I've never seen it green before.
That'd be cool though.
Yeah, did I see it green? Anyways, yeah.
It might have been a weird transfer of it or something. I don't know.
So Michael, as someone who owns the bootleg, like we've seen conversations about like if this uses some of the same tooling from the bootleg. There are some folks wondering if it maybe perhaps started with the same tooling but then made some minor adjustments. Like from your experience handling the bootleg and then looking at the photos, like what are your thoughts on it?
It's it's hard to tell when you're looking at photos, right? Like I'm looking at it in person right now, and it's mostly the proportions like of the main body. They look similar, but there's very small differences throughout the whole thing. And the bootleg has been pointed out before that it's very similar to a actual model kit that usually Sakai has done. So there's two different versions of how this bootleg appeared, right? The first one is that it was just the third-party people got a hold of this model kit and then drilled holes into it and made it articulated. And then the other theory is that it was stolen from the factory because they thought it was the 2019 Ghidorah, but they stole this one instead because it was marketed as 2019 King Ghidorah. And then when you opened up the box, you're like, wait a minute, this is a Showa figure. So,
Wow.
But either way, it is based completely off of Sakai's original sculpt. Sakai also, he sculpted the 1972 figure that you're seeing right here. So I don't think it's insane to think that he's so good at his craft that he can redo it very similarly to what had existed before. Because it's a bootleg for a reason, right? We call it a bootleg because it's based off of something that's existing already, but it's a knockoff, right? So, so there's that to consider too. And there are small differences in this sculpt, like around the leg articulation. The cuts on there are a little bit different where the knees are. Even the chest area, the sternum part that goes in the middle is like a little bit wider.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. It's not by much, but it's definitely wider. It's kind of more difficult to tell about the necks. It's kind of hard to see if they're longer or shorter. But then you get to things that are more obvious, like the wings. The wings are completely different sculpts. And then you get to the heads, too. There's a similar silhouette. I do believe those heads, they're not a retool. If they were, I think they're brand new, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think that the way that Sakai usually does things is it's probably a brand new head sculpt is what that is. If there is an existing version of the 1964 Ghidorah behind the scenes. So, because the manes are completely different too. The manes are much more detailed. They're larger too compared to the 1964. The horns are different positions. What was that?
Okay.
A little more majestic.
Oh yeah. So I just got home, so I'm kind of setting up my display really quick. I have the 1964 out here, so we can take a look at that in just a second. But if you want to continue scrolling through these photos, is this the only comparison you have up right here?
Yeah.
We can come back to it. Go ahead and keep going.
Also, though, like I want to point out that you're gonna sculpt the Showa Ghidorah. It's gonna look like Showa Ghidorah. Like they're gonna look identical. If you're trying to make it look like a Showa Ghidorah, it's no surprise that if it is a different sculpt or a different boot, they look the same because it's the same era.
Yeah, I mean, even if you look,
they look similar. It's like
even just looking between these photos, if you look at the bootleg, you see how there's a dent on the right breast.
Yeah.
Yes, I see it.
Rob's holding in. Don't you worry.
Yeah. but look at the one on the new one. That dent isn't there anymore. It's all new.
Yeah, there's no titty dent there.
And I would say that even the torso area is bigger. It's thicker.
It's also cut differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a second cut in the middle of the abdomen area right there. So
and
on the bootleg,
like the neck has different cuts where the neck meets the chest. It looks like there's different cuts there too.
It's similar, but it might be a little different. But yeah, I'm looking at the bootleg right now, and you just have the upper torso area. That's it. There's no second point of articulation.
Mm-hmm.
But right. again, if it's based off of a Yuji Sakai sculpt in the first place, it's not surprising that he could just recreate it again. You know, in a similar way. I mean, for me, when I look at this, it looks all new to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It does look like, because again, it's similar but different again. But with that older Ghidorah there, it kind of reminds me of like when they had the fourth party, third party Transformers like Jetfire. They had a fourth party Jetfire that had like an amazing way of doing its transformation. Sculpt aside, Hasbro had where they took that and they stuck it in their was it Earthrise Jetfire? So I mean, like if this one came first, if it wasn't anything in the factory and it was sitting on a shelf and someone stole it, you know, they found good engineering in it. They decided to take the engineering a little. Who knows?
How do they steal something like that, though?
From my understanding with everything with how he sculpts, it's hand sculpting, and then they go in and add the joints later. And that's not how workflow with like a lot of toy companies is anymore. It's all digital. They have where they pre-do all this stuff. So he has this physical one that has to have a mold made of it, and then has that cut and just all of that. It's a lot of physical instead of just digital. So
Yeah.
you take the master, shit.
We'll have to ask Prime versus Prime. He knows all about that type of shit.
Alrighty. So let's move on. When Michael's ready, we can go back and then we can take a look at that figure that he has in his hand. All right. So I did see this. This looks charming. What is this actually? Because I didn't get to read the descriptions because I was in a rush to put this together.
Hold up. I think I can find it through the sea of fucking announcements that came out last night.
Is this gonna be the kind of thing that's like $400 though?
Let's see, here's 23 centimeters, so maybe.
Yeah, they're big, and it sucks because I really want Flavortown Mobile Goji. Because look at that, man. It's
a P Bandai item. It's gonna go for sale on the 30th at midnight. I don't see pricing, but it's by Plex Toys, but it's being distributed by Bandai. And then it's going to have the two colorways that we see here.
Yeah, Plex does not give me confidence.
26,000 yen.
Oh, Christ.
Oh,
okay.
no.
26,000.
By the artist Toma?
Yeah, Toma.
Toma.
It's a style.
It looks cute though.
Yeah, I just really like the over-the-top colors and the stylization of it. It reminds me of the Bandai America line. Mike sent it last night, and I forgot the name of the fucking line all over again.
I did too. It's just like something like Bandai Super Deformed
Tokyo
line.
It's something like that. It's just got the same silhouette, but it's the colorway. Like, screw the screen accurate one. I want the purple, the red, the orange, the yellow, the blue. Like, dude, that's how you do it.
That's a fantastic color scheme there, and I can do a custom of anything. That's a good one to kind of just pull from. I like the purple. I love the crazy eyes.
Yeah, it's an art figure, so that's the unfortunate market of art figures nowadays.
Yeah. It's kind of like a
26,000 yen, right?
Yeah, 26,000 yen.
That's like 180 USD.
That lines up with a Mondo price.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it, but I'm not in love with it.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
It
I mean, it
nice
looks nice, but I don't know. I can hold
Fantastic
off
screensaver.
on it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Rob.
Yes.
What is this?
That is the main Star Warrior himself. So we're finally getting a Daisenso Goji from the movie Monster series through Premium Bandai. This is going to be the standard version. We got the dancing version this year. And I see what game they're playing with that, and I get it. I do. I like the like what we're doing here with the paint and everything. And I mean, it's a must. I think this is the first time this the standard figure is being released out of the memorial box ever. So that's just an extra must right there, and I hope it comes with a friggin' tag Bandai, please. Enough with this. But yeah, this was hype. This was huge amounts of hype, and it only got outdone by a bit later, but beyond all that, this is a must. I need it. It's Daisenso Goji. You can't not.
Cool. Alrighty. So, and we were talking about this one earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the Movie Monster Series X Ultra Kaiju Advanced crossover. This is the first figure for that crossover, and this is Jiris from the original, or Jiraz since it was renamed and everything. But it's the Daisenso Goji head on the Mosu Goji body, but here it just looks like it's going to be repainted with added details. The Ultra Kaiju Advanced line are vinyl figures with play features and all that stuff, and this play feature is you get to scalp Godzilla, which is great. I mean, it's from the episode. It looks awesome. It sucks that it's another Bandai Premium, but thank you, Michael. There he is. And Dude, it's Jiras. Like 1995, 1998 was the last time Bandai did a vinyl figure of it specifically. So how can you not? It's a piece of Godzilla history that just so happens to be Ultraman history.
Cool. So Michael's got a display out now. Let's just take a look.
Look at all those titties. What?
Oh god.
Yes, we're here. So I think for now I'll just stay behind the camera because it's easier for me to move things around. But what do we want to take a look at first here? Was it you want to look at the bootleg, right?
Yeah, let's look at the bootleg. Yeah.
Bootleg.
Let me get the bootleg front and center.
The
Wow,
bootleg?
look how small. Look at the
bootleg.
size of that Godzillasaurus.
Yeah, he's a tiny guy.
Yeah, it's tiny.
I'll bring that out in a minute for you guys.
Yeah.
But here's our Ghidorah.
Okay.
I'm sold already. Yeah.
Let me get in a little bit. There we go. All right.
He
There's
does
gonna be
have a
people tuning in to
significant
thinking this
titty
is the
dent.
real thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, they got an exclusive?
So, but yeah. So this is the bootleg that's been customized. If you guys ever buy this on the market out there, it doesn't look like this. You have to paint this yourself.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, it does?
I know just the guy who's going to be selling some brushes.
Yeah,
That's
this
perfect for that.
this is my custom paint work here on this. So, but this will, like I said, when you buy the bootleg, it's packaged as the 2019 King Ghidorah, so it's painted exactly like the 2019 Ghidorah.
Oh, that's interesting. How does it move? Like in terms of like articulation and stuff, is it good?
I think so. For a bootleg, it's actually probably one of the better ones out there for Monster Arts bootlegs. I didn't purchase any of the other ones. I did purchase the bootleg Kong for some custom work, and then I also purchased the Mecha Godzilla 2021 figure that was a bootleg, and they were kind of terrible as a bootleg, as to be expected. But for this, its movement, like, I can't get.
No.
I'm just gonna show you.
You killed him.
That's a gore warning, Michael.
I know, right? Sorry. As far as like movement goes with these heads right here, I'm just gonna try and replicate what we saw in the Tamashii promo with those necks going backwards. And this is it. This is as far as I can get it.
I mean, that's not bad.
That's not bad, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a lot further.
And that's with the upper torso back as far as it can go, or how does that move? Still a ball joint there?
It's one ball joint, but it just twists and barely moves up and down.
Maybe I'll carve that out.
So, and the ball joints are weird in this because they're kind of similar to the Haya ball joints, where they've got those pegs on the barbs on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's also, I believe, let me pop that joint off again.
So
on the art, so it's interesting. For the bootleg, there is actual plastic casings for the joints, but in the leg, it just plugs into the skull.
Huh.
There's no plastic casing that it just goes into. But that's it. If you guys look at the promo, if you pull that up, Harold, the promo of the necks being pulled back, like, this is as far as it can go on the bootleg. Like, that's it. And then if you go and zoom in, like, look how much further those bend back on the official one. Like, its heads are nearly touching its back.
Jesus.
Wow.
What that mouth do?
Yeah.
My reach.
So, yeah.
Sorry.
If
Michael,
you
can you get this Godzilla 72 standing next to this one? I want to see how it compares.
Let me just fix our necks really quick.
Sure.
All right, here is our Godzilla 72.
That looks actually nice, actually.
So this is side by side, feet next to each other. Yeah, it's not a bad scale.
I'm into
Hello,
this.
Dallas. Nice to see you in here.
That's the bootleg. What?
Wow. Looks nice though. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, as far as, you know, it's kind of hard to tell with articulation because we just don't have the new one in hand, but you can just, I mean, just the wings alone on this guy.
Is that a screw in the joint of the wing?
It's not it's a plastic, it's plastic. It's not a real screw. It's
it's like a plastic screw. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's like something that you just kind of stick in there, right?
Well, we know that
it's like a
SH Monster Arch isn't going to have that. Like,
no. I mean, even if you look at the flying pose, like the wing is just an entirely different shape. Like it's more of like a straight cut down, where this one's kind of got more of that, kind of like a butterfly kind of thing going on right there.
So is that like where it hinges back? Does it? Oh, it hinges up from there.
So on the inside of this right here,
Get that
zoom in
detail
for you guys. This is how it's engineered on the bootleg. The bootleg, it's kind of like let me take this one off too. So the way it kind of looks is it kind of is on a swivel, but it can't really swivel much because the sculpt is in the way. But you can twist this part a little bit.
Oh,
and it can't go up and down. This part can't go up and down. It can only just slightly tilt. It's very slight. And then as far as the flapping goes, it's just one joint.
It's actually bizarre.
Yeah.
So it's not like the Heisei one where there's a joint and another joint and then another joint. It's like a 3-joint system in that one. So, but this one's more simple.
Okay.
Now
It can't really do much, like I said, though. It can't twist like that because of that sculpt being in the way.
Sure.
And I think this back part right here on the new one, you know, there's a sheath over on top of it, and this is a deeper cut into that back of it too. So
you were mentioning
is a very small. Go for it.
You were mentioning the differentiation between the wings in your stream this morning. I believe they have like not so much the shape, but where the wings meet the body, there's actually a piece or pieces that go along over here.
Yeah,
with
so
the new one.
there's a sheath that goes over it. It's like a floating sheath, and then there's also brand new sculpted membrane that's right here. So this is like more of that vein kind of material. Sorry, I'm trying to get this in focus here for you guys. So this is like more of that vein kind of material for the membrane, but on the new one, if you look at the images for anybody that's following along, it's all brand new. Like there's a whole new detailing along this part of it right here, all the way over here too. It's not same. The whole wing is redone. Even the flaps, the folds and stuff like that, none of this is the same.
Okay. Very nice.
Interesting.
Cool.
And this is how it comes, by the way, if you get this bootleg. Like it comes, this is how you have to assemble the wings. They don't come attached. I think they do come attached actually, but that's just how it is. You just plug and play.
What's the weight of that? Like how does it feel heavy in your hand?
This? Yeah, there's some weight. There's a lot of weight in the wings.
Okay.
It's that hard. It's the same hard plastic. Like even when I put it on here, it already starts to droop.
Oh, okay.
Because it's so heavy.
I mean, even on the Haya Ghidorah, like it drops down too because like it's just heavy.
Yeah. So now that I have the wing on there, you know, you can see that there's a little bit of tilt right there.
Sure.
It won't hold. And you can kind of tilt it like this a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it.
Okay. Very
Leg
cool.
articulation. Even the I think the most impressive thing with articulation on this guy though is the tail. The tail's got some good movement on there.
You can hold a pose.
Kind of. It'll still fall apart.
So much battle damage.
But you see, even on this one right here, there's no plastic casing on the tail on the inside of this. It's just the sculpt that it plugs into.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that'll be different on the Monstars because Monstars likes to put plastic shells or casings, sockets. That's what they're called, sockets.
Sockets.
Sockets to me.
Alrighty, cool. All right.
That was. Oh, you know what? That's the other thing. Hold on a second. I think there was another important thing about this. Yes. So on the bootleg, these are 2 left wing joints. They're not correct. There's not a left and right. They're both left. They're both left wing joints.
It's got 2 left feet.
Yeah.
Both wing.
Flaps in a circle.
What else would you expect from it, right? So.
Alrighty. Cool. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for that. Yeah, very cool. So let's move on to the next slide, guys. Yes?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No, not my permission.
All right, so Rob, what is this?
That's me. The UA Monsters line, it's not something I'm immediately familiar with, but I am familiar with the people who make it, Mega House. These are pricey, I believe, like statues. But
okay.
Yeah.
Mega House. Okay, Mega House.
Yeah, I think their Space Godzilla came out either earlier this year or late last year, and the thing was friggin' beautiful. So I imagine this thing's going to be just as beautiful. Again, I think my knowledge of this is the second one. So for all I know, it's not.
That's okay. Very cool. Alrighty. So any pricing at this point? Probably not. No.
I haven't seen anything. No.
What was the price on the last thing that they made?
I think it was $200 or $300.
Oh, okay, so expect the same ballpark range then. Probably.
Yeah, especially with thighs like that. Sheesh.
Alrighty. So.
Oh God.
I really want this guy. And how many of these did you get? Did you get one or did you get a few?
I only got one because
really?
Yeah, I think it was about $40 before shipping. So I wasn't gonna start army building with these.
Yeah. And
but for what you get,
store exclusive, right?
Yes, this was a G Store exclusive.
Okay. So hopefully when I go to Japan it'll still be there. Hopefully.
More than likely.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll pick up a few and then I'll start doing G.I. Joe versus this guy. Army.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's worth it. 12 points of articulation, man. Like,
whoa,
beautiful. Just like the original, just I think a bit smaller. That's but it's beautiful. As of right now, that's the movie Monster series figure to beat this year.
And like it's pretty big too. Like you're holding it in your hand. It's like, man, it looks like it's got some good size to it.
Yeah. I think I'm holding it a bit closer to the camera, so it might not be that big, but it. Let me look at my fucking shelf. Yeah, it's a bit shorter than the 2.0 Destroya. It's just the tendril things that become Destroya's wings that really like help it tower, but it's wide.
Okay.
Not wider than, but yeah, it's wide.
Cool. Very,
wide,
very cool.
Beautiful, and 12 points, and yeah.
Cool. I'll be sure to hunt for this one for sure. Anybody else interested in this one?
I'm not a big movie monster guy, but I think it looks fantastic.
Alrighty. How about you, Billy?
I love that someone said it looks like Rob's getting ready to eat it. I'm just like, yeah, he's about to say, get back in that pot.
And you see, that's the funny thing. I hate seafood.
Oh yeah, I'm not a seafood person either.
So this guy would probably be my pet. That would kill me in the middle of the night.
Cool. Alrighty, so here's another shot of it. Really nice.
Yeah, very, very nice. One of the movie Monster series best, just in general, since the series restarted in 2014.
Cool. Very, very cool. Alrighty, and now moving on to 3.0. You know what, man? This thing was shown off a year ago, and we still don't have it. And it's due to come out like in July. But like, I don't know, man. I've kind of lost steam on this guy already. I've lost interest.
Has it been a whole year?
It's been a whole year. Yeah, it's been a whole year, and like
Jesus,
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
Michael talked to them at San Diego last year.
Yes, yeah.
Shit. Oh,
They were,
man.
It's been a whole year, man.
Yeah, they debuted it there, but I don't know 3-0's production line schedule. I know that there was an upset within the company, so I don't know if that set things back, but that was on the US side of things.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I've kind of lost steam in this one. It's kind of like the Mezco thing with but with 3-0, you know what I mean? Like, but you know what? The thing with Mezco, like I waited 3 years for that Michael Keaton Batman and like another 3 or 4 years for that gigantic Godzilla 89, you know what I mean? So like you're waiting ages for those figures.
If it's licensed, yeah. Their Rebel Society stuff is like, oh, it's coming out tomorrow. Good luck. Hope you have $120, $150 ready.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, and like getting to this comment here, no, so nowhere's Mezco Godzilla. Yeah. So like when was that solicited? Like 4 years ago at this point? 4 or 5 years ago?
I think that's gonna quietly just disappear.
It's gonna. Yeah, I think so too.
I think that I think they've probably lost their licensing for it by now.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
And there's been no movement on 3-0's part at all. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, man.
Was that mixed? Was the Mezco one? It was into the 112, and it had where it was the seamless body. I can't remember if that was a thing or a horrible fever. Oh God.
Yeah, that's the one we're talking about. Is the Mezco seamless body?
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Well, you're not gonna because it's not out yet.
Yeah.
Probably never going to come out.
They had a lot of backlash from the Batman.
Oh, I have that Batman. You know,
and the same thing happened with their Alien too.
Yeah,
that's the one I have. The aliens. I didn't even have its arms bent, and all of a sudden I noticed that his elbows are ripped.
Yeah,
about a year
Batman
after
too.
I had
it. I barely like that thing is so hard to move, to articulate and stuff like that because of that.
It's like a metal armature inside.
Yeah, the metal armature inside of it and things, and like I barely touched him, and like he's got his elbows are ripped already.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh,
those rubber seamless figures. That's a great idea, but the rubber does not hold.
It doesn't hold. No.
The only thing is like I'll pick up from Mezco when they show the figure and you can clearly tell it has where it's fabric clothing, no leather, no rubber, fabric.
Yeah. They make great Batmans when it's not all rubber.
Oh yeah.
I have a couple of them. They're great.
The animated series one they just put up, jumped on that one. I was like, man, look at that awesome fabric outfit.
And their Joker too. I can't wait for that one.
Oh, that one looks so good. It'll go into like the Dick Tracy stuff they have. Even it just
They should do it like a crossover, like a Dick Tracy Batman, like in that same time period. You know, that'd be
I would buy a 2-pack if they had where they did like a larger chinned Batman to match up with Dick Tracy. Oh, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, very cool. All right, moving on. So, Haya.
How you doing?
How you doing? So a look back and a look ahead. So I think it's been a pretty strong year so far for Haya. So it started with Shimo, and this was a fantastic release. Like it's figure of the year contender for sure. What do you guys think?
What do I think of that? I mean, it's a good figure. It's great. It's lovely. I really don't have a bad thing to say about it. Whether it'll be my figure of the year, I mean, I don't know. There's still more year to come, and Android Shin Godzilla. So yeah, it's a good figure, good stuff. I enjoy it.
Yeah, and like surprisingly, like for what it was, like it had a good range of articulation. Like you could do quite a bit with it and things. So, which was surprising. Yeah,
more than I was expecting.
Yeah, the articulated fingers was just like wow. And I was worried at first. I was like, oh, will these be so small that if I go to do them, like something's gonna shear off or snap? Like no, all weird phalanges. It's great.
Yeah.
I didn't know how much I wanted articulated fingers until fingers until I got a figure with articulated fingers. Oh, thank God I got that one.
Tongue twister.
Alrighty, and this one was another. I think this was a solid release, but like literally the day, like an hour after I posted my video, they announced that they're they're doing a new head.
Giving away free head.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's crazy, man, that they did that. Yeah.
Another
my
one.
goodness. Are you
Yo,
serious?
W's in chat. Go, G
Oh,
Jojo.
okay, W's, guys. W's.
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 It's double.
Everybody's being
man, thank you
quiet
so
while we
much.
type their W's.
Where's that W at?
Where's
Yeah.
that W key?
So, I think it's another figure of the year contender for sure. The articulation on that tail is just ridiculous, like so ridiculous that I could get him to sit on his own tail.
Yeah.
As you guys saw, which
That
is
was
amazing.
crazy seeing that. I'm just holding that weight. It's just wow.
Do you have that one, Billy? Do you have it? Yet?
I don't. Right now, I'm checking to see where it is.
HiAtToys.com / FigureMania.
Yeah. So moving on, and this guy too, man. Jesus Christ, man, what a great figure!
Amazing.
I've
figure.
never owned a 91 Ghidorah until this one. Like I missed out on the SH Monster Arts version, but like I'm so happy I have this guy. And now there's a battle damage on the way, and like I'm out of space on my shelf, so I have to make new space. I have to move some figures around and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
fantastic figure. Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I would ask really nicely and politely for Haya to give us like an articulation sheet, because missing the fact that there is a hidden hinge in the wings towards the back
Mhm.
really fucking threw me off.
Yeah.
It
I
seems
thought
like-
it was like breaking, but no, it's like it's supposed to move.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love for them actually to do that, because it was binding it. I was like, oh, this is actually a hinge. What? Where'd my stands go? You gave me a hinge, but where'd those stands go that was solicited? Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
I totally forgot about those stands, and then I went back to the original posting. I was like, oh shit, this thing was supposed to come with stands. Yeah.
Huh.
Anyways.
What happened there?
Yeah,
No.
it's probably a copy error where they reused the copy from the Monsterverse Ghidorah and then forgot to change it. Like the Super 7's made the same mistake before.
Yeah.
And we've seen Haya make a lot of mistakes, even just in spelling, so it's not surprising to have it mess up like that.
Re-evolved.
Re-evolved.
Yeah,
My favorite is still the A-line queen.
Michael, this one's for you. This comment.
What's up?
Thank you, Articulation Series. You're the real one. To y'all's work, amazing and inspiring. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the support.
Awesome. Alrighty, so moving on, and this guy just recently, this is like one of their more, how should I say this? Probably like one of their more controversial releases, right? Because like there's no other way to put it. This guy is smaller,
Yep.
like he is smaller. Like people are like, no, if you're posing it wrong, blah blah blah. You still have to extend the legs a little bit more. No, if you are really trying hard to try and get this guy to match the same size as the other guy, you've already lost. I mean, because like it shouldn't have to be that hard. You know what I mean? And then like literally, like if you like Godzilla evolved, he's already at peak height, like standing naturally, not moving his head upward. But like you could just look at this photo. Like
Yeah.
he's smaller. He's just smaller. He is.
Mm.
Yeah. So, but even though, I mean, he's still a good figure. He's still, in my opinion, he's the best articulated version of Godzilla Evolved. My personal opinion. Yeah. So.
And you got a custom one.
Yeah, I got two of them. I got the original and I got a custom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. But I think I'm gonna custom the original into a blue because I'm curious to see how this guy looks blue. You know. So.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'll eventually get him repainted into a blue spines. So yeah. Alrighty. Billy, what are your thoughts on this guy here?
I can't wait to get him. I like the idea that he has more articulation and everything going on there. I'm okay with how his spines look because I know we're going to get him like 2 or 3 more, well, at least 2 more times. You got to have one with the breath effect. Probably have one at who knows what, so maybe extra accessory or something just tossed in there.
Yeah.
Maybe some broken ice cubes. Who knows?
Okay, now here's the thing. I did see on one of my postings, someone said, "Oh, who's the idiot that did the cost cutting for this figure?" And then I'm like, is it cost cutting or just bad decision making? I don't know. What do you think? Because see, like the thing, like when I first got this in hand, and like I started seeing, comments. Oh, he's smaller, and then like I did this comparison and things, and then I was like, yeah, he is. And I'm wondering if it's done on purpose so he can be more in scale with the Shimo figure, because if you recall, like when we had Alan Henry on and we asked him, hey, how's the size of that Shimo, and he said that thing is small. It should be bigger. So I'm like, to me it looks like they scaled down the evolved Godzilla to better accommodate the scale of that Shimo. What do you think?
I think so, but also with the pre-evolved Godzilla, that's basically the same body that we've had. Oh God, I don't have enough fingers. A bunch of times so far. So that was kind of like them doing that Monsters thing where it's like, hey, we got this figure out for the movie, get it there. I think if they had time, they probably would have done that one different as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's so strange because like I remember like when the pictures came out of like the prototype, and like we could all see that it has the the articulation on that back fin and stuff like that, and like we all started wondering right away, oh, what's this, you know what I mean? And but like no one suspected that this was going to be smaller, right? So it caught off. Honestly, it was a surprise. Yeah. Robert, this guy's coming to you soon, right?
Yeah, eventually. He's somewhere.
Maybe.
I don't know where.
Over the ocean?
Over the rainbow at this point. This dude's just about as present. No, I'm not going to make that joke. I don't know where he is. But they did send him out. I'm just waiting. I thought he was going to show up this week, but... Oh, hey, look.
What?
$5.
My goodness.
15.
Even
You're the legend, Mister.
You're the legend. You're the legend. Okay.
No, you.
You're the legend. Here. Do you hear me tapping on my computer?
He's gonna accidentally shut his computer down.
Yeah.
Kill the stream.
That's a lot of W.
I expected more.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
I expected more W's.
I'm
not sad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm disappointed.
Just very disappointed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is ultimately. I mean, it is a good figure and things. Not what people were expecting, but I don't know. I think he's worth the grab. Yeah.
Yeah, I think people just need to stop being size queens.
Yeah. Sure.
Personally. Personal choice of wording there, but
yeah. So,
speaking of size,
yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Speaking of size, this thing looks awesome, and again, I do not have space for this guy and things. So, but I love the details, like the damaged wings and stuff. Like I'm hoping that that's not like a point of like weakness for the figure. You know what I mean? Like it could damage even more. If you understand what I'm saying,
Post-purchase damage?
Yeah. What do
Extra battle damage.
extra battle damage? Yeah. Yeah. But I'm interested in I'm interested in getting this guy because we never had the battle damage Ghidorah. So yeah. Alrighty.
Well, they haven't done any battle damage figures yet.
No, not really, to be honest. Yeah. And then this guy, man, we don't even have the original guy, the standard one yet, and they already solicited this guy. What are your thoughts, guys?
That's on brand for them. Annoyingly.
Yeah.
I've accepted that's how it goes with like some smaller companies where it's like, hey, we put it out there, you buy it. We still have the ones we do for retail and everything, but it helps get the figure made some.
Sure. People are already complaining. I think I've seen some complaints about they're just reusing the same heat ray with all the Godzillas. I mean,
what heat ray was that used with before?
Is that the
Hokkaido maybe?
91?
Yeah, the Hokkaido.
Oh, that's not even out yet. Stop bitching.
It's not out yet, so it's like hard to say.
Yeah, you're right.
And both of them have that like blasty like at the end of it, like whatever you want to call that. And so maybe that's the only reason why they're able to. Like, I gotta look at pictures of that.
They use it with the 99 as well.
Is that it would be orange then, right?
Yeah, it's orange. Yeah.
We see this with Monster Arts too. There's how many versions of the red beam where it's blue and yellow and purple, and it's just that they recycle the same piece over and over again.
Yeah, like I have no problem with it being the same mold. Like I don't understand.
It's nothing new.
Yeah,
no.
That's nothing new. Exactly.
As long as it holds, I'm happy.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think.
I guess they are the same, but I don't care.
No,
I don't care either.
I think there needs to be a checking of expectation, because it's like, yes, Haya does really great work, and we have to wait and everything, but I don't think that always equates to every heat ray will be different. Look,
that's true too.
It's just.
But the thing though too, like to remember, like when they solicit a figure and then people go, oh no, it should be like this, it should be like that, and then Hayek says, oh yeah, we're gonna redo this figure. That's even more delays. You know what I mean? So like to expect for this figure to come out like on time that they say that they're gonna, and then they're gonna rework the figure, it's just, I don't know. I personally think it's just unrealistic for people to have that expectation. So.
Well, and it's also not sustainable for the company to do that either. After a while, they're not going to do it for every figure that gets some feedback.
Yeah.
But it's also becoming a meme at this point too, that they take one comment and all of a sudden they realize, oh, we got to rework the fucking figure. Like it's like a joke now.
Sure.
Like I appreciate it, but there's going to be a point where you're just going to have to say we can't do that. Like we have 845 unreleased figures. We got to get going.
Yeah.
Yeah. You better check.
Yeah.
You better check.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the prediction soon, Kaijo Danny. All right, so just stay tuned for that. And so see, like pretty much the same type of heat ray with this guy too. So
Sunny D.
Yeah, I think the spines on this guy, his it's what's the word? Translucent. Translucent, right? What do you think? Maybe
are they translucent?
I don't know. In the solicitation, they look translucent.
The spines?
The spines.
Oh.
Hey, if they went that route, that's dope.
Yeah. I honestly can't tell you because they just look orange, yellow, a little bit of black, maybe a tiny bit of white. So I can't.
Hey guys, I gotta jump off really quick. I'm gonna be backstage.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Alrighty, so DCC predictions, guys. So if you notice what I have here, I've got Birding Godzilla 95, Scar King, Mecha Godzilla. Okay, so for one of these, I'm I'm hoping. Actually, I'm hoping. I'm hoping a lot for Destroya, Burning Godzilla, and Scar King. I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in Mecha Godzilla. What do you guys think? Let's start with Kaiju Canuck. What are your predictions here?
Ooh, I feel like Scar King has to happen. You know, they've got Shimo out, they've got Godzilla Evolved out. We're still waiting on 2 Kongs, a Skilla. Is there anything else from New Empire?
It's my hopes and dreams.
True.
Yeah.
Probably more repaints we haven't thought of yet.
Yeah, there's probably a Mothra, right? Like that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Because they've already done King of the Monsters Mothra. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they've done that one. They've done the Emerald one, right? Baja Blast. So I feel like Scar King has to happen. But one thing, I think that Toho, personally speaking, is paying more attention to making sure that the big articulated action figure companies are not overlapping characters around the same time. So, you know, like what's the latest? What's the latest character? Showa King Ghidorah. I mean, like nobody's touching Showa, so I don't know if I would count that one. But like, we all assume that Destroyer is going to be reissued for the 30th. You know, so I feel like a Haya Destroyer is not going to happen. And we're outside of the release window of like Super 7's Destroyer. So like, you know, Toho Ultimate Super 7, they just did Mothra and Batra imago forms. I wouldn't expect Haya to do that anytime soon. Or Monstars to do it anytime soon. So in the case of like Scar King, I think we're exiting the window of like Monster Arts' time with Scar King. And now I think Haya will be allowed from Toho to debut theirs. Similarly with Mechagodzilla, like Mechagodzilla Final Battle version is just releasing from Monster Arts. So I don't think we'll see that. So I don't think that we'll see that. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is that I think you have to look at all the players in the space right now.
Yeah.
And in the nooks and crannies of what's not currently being touched is where you'll sort of see what these new figure reveals could be. That's what I think.
Yeah. So do you think that Haya will have just a shelf all over again, just that one shelf like last year?
I'm more like, is Haya even going to be there because of the distribution situation here in the US? NECA has them now, but we don't really know how everything's moving forward yet.
Yeah.
I haven't looked in that again lately because like what was one of the things that popped up was where previews the catalog is like 86th for comic shops and stuff like that. I mean, like they I don't know if they still have the website, but that was like a whole thing right there. That was what everybody went to. So who knows how that's going?
I can't even get to Haya's website right now. I don't know about you guys, but every time I try, it's not loading.
Oh, no,
yeah. So Harold, the question, like, will they have a big display? They currently have 12 outstanding pre-orders right now. I don't know if they will have a big display like they did last year of like Kong and Godzilla 2000 and Mechagodzilla 93 and whomever else. Heat Ray Godzilla 2014. I don't know if they'll have something like that this year. And I also am not convinced that the reaction this year would be as excited as last year, considering how much outlying product there is or outstanding product there is.
Yeah. Okay.
Completely.
I think there'll still be I still think there'll be excitement because people always want to see what's new. It's just that excitement will be met with It's gonna be
They'll
a
be like,
while.
where's, like, where's
It's gonna be
where's, like, I've already seen the comments now that Godzilla Evolved's out. The new one is where's Kong 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and rightfully so. That was due in Q1. We are entering Q3.
Yes.
And if there are reveals, like Kyle said, since there's so many outstanding product, I would expect it to more be like a SH Monster Arts display where it's just showcasing what is coming and what's out.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a sprinkle of something new in there. Maybe. It's, again, if I was like more of I don't have as much high as a lot of people, but if I had more pre-orders for them and they were just showing off more figures, I would probably be more irritated than I would be excited.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see where their home. I was gonna say I'm curious to see where their home base is going to be because it was at the Diamond booth, but Diamond booth is no longer a thing. So if they are going to even have a preference, are they going to be at NECA's or what's the deal? You know.
Well, we did hear from Chris that they will have a booth, which is good because that was definitely up in the air. We weren't sure, but as Michael's saying, we don't know who that booth is with.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So guys, we've hit all the topics today. So man, after 2 hours, man. So it's been quite a long conversation. But guys, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for sticking with us. Everybody in the chat, very cool. So how about we wrap it up and then and then guys, you can just stay on after we end the show. All right, guys. So before we do that, let's just get plugs. So let's start with our special guest, Billy Beige. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Billy Beige Customs on YouTube and Billy Beige Customs on Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. And Articulation Series, where can people find you?
All you need to do is just type in Monster Arts and you'll find me.
Awesome.
No, you'll find me anywhere. You go to Instagram, go to YouTube, go to Facebook, X, Blue Sky. I'm all there.
Awesome. Cool. And Shin Robjira, New Jersey's treasure. Where can people find you?
In New Jersey. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. That's all at ShinRobJira. Same with Blue Sky at ShinRobJira.bsky. Whatever the fuck it is. I'm also on TikTok as at ShinRobJira with an underscore. The other one's not me anymore. They wouldn't give me my fucking account back. I hate you, TikTok. You suck. And yeah, that's it.
Jeez. Alrighty. Mike's Monsters, where can people find you, sir?
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram. I think I'm on Facebook too, which I don't remember if I am. But Blue Sky. That's like think it. And you just search Mike's Monsters, and the algorithm is leaning more towards me instead of Mike Wazowski, which is great.
Awesome.
Finally, after all this time.
Yes. All right. And last but not least, Kaiju Canuck. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me here on YouTube, Kaiju Canuck, on Instagram at Kaiju Canuck. You can find me on Twitter, but I'd rather you didn't.
Alrighty. And you guys can find me here on YouTube, FigureMania Show, Instagram, FigureMania Show, Blue Sky, FigureMania Show, and I am on TikTok, FigureMania Show, and that's pretty much it. All right, guys. So I don't know if we will have a show next month because of San Diego Comic-Con, but if anything, we will probably do a show the weekend after San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm gonna talk to the boys here and we'll figure something out for everybody. All right, because I'm pretty sure after Comic-Con there's gonna be all kinds of stuff to talk about and things. All right.
Yeah. I think
all right, guys.
Me and Kyle and Mike got to put our heads together. We might possibly do some stuff.
Yeah, we'll figure it out
while we're there. Some special reporting. So.
Alrighty, very cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys, or the next stream. All right.
Bye.
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 Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.